Breaking news shakes the NASCAR world as Ross Chastain faces unexpected controversy before the next major race weekend. Fans are stunned as reports suggest a shocking altercation that could seriously impact his future in professional racing forever. The incident reportedly happened during a heated moment between drivers, escalating quickly beyond what anyone expected at the track. Witnesses claimed tensions had been building for weeks, making this confrontation almost inevitable under high-pressure competitive racing conditions. Ross Chastain is known for aggressive driving, often pushing limits that frustrate competitors across multiple race events. This reputation may have played a role in the explosive situation now dominating headlines across NASCAR communities and social media. Reports suggest another top driver confronted him directly, leading to a verbal argument that quickly turned physical in intensity. Though details remain unclear, insiders describe the moment as one of the most shocking confrontations seen this season so far. Fans immediately took to social media, expressing mixed reactions, ranging from support to criticism of both drivers involved in the clash. Some believe Chastain crossed a line, while others argue the reaction against him was exaggerated and unfairly amplified. NASCAR officials have reportedly launched an internal review to determine exactly what happened and who bears responsibility for escalation. This investigation could lead to penalties, suspensions, or even long-term consequences depending on the final findings released publicly. For Ross Chastain, this moment could define his career trajectory moving forward in a highly competitive environment. One wrong move in NASCAR can quickly shift public perception and impact sponsorships, team trust, and future racing opportunities significantly. Several analysts are already debating whether this controversy could damage his reputation beyond repair within the racing community. Others believe his aggressive style has always been part of his identity, and fans should not be surprised by such incidents. The driver involved in the confrontation has not yet made a full public statement regarding the incident or his perspective. This silence has only fueled speculation, leaving fans guessing about what truly happened behind the scenes during that moment. Meanwhile, NASCAR faces pressure to act quickly and maintain discipline within the sport. Maintaining order is critical to preserving the integrity and professionalism that fans expect from top-tier racing competitions worldwide. If penalties are issued, they could include fines, point deductions, or even suspension from upcoming races in the season. Such consequences would heavily impact Chastain's standing and his chances of competing for major titles this year. Teammates and insiders have reportedly expressed concern about how this situation might affect overall team morale and performance. Racing teams rely heavily on unity, and controversies like this can create tension that affects results on the track. Sponsors are also watching closely, as brand image plays a crucial role in maintaining long-term partnerships in motorsports. Any negative publicity could influence decisions about continuing support for drivers involved in high-profile controversies like this. Despite the controversy, many loyal fans continue to support Ross Chastain and defend his competitive spirit strongly. They argue that racing has always involved intense emotions and occasional clashes between drivers pushing their limits under pressure. Critics, however, believe that repeated aggressive behavior may eventually lead to serious consequences, both professionally and personally. They warn that unchecked actions could harm not just his career, but also the sport's reputation overall. The racing community now waits anxiously for official statements that could clarify the situation and determine what actions will follow. Until then, speculation continues to grow across media platforms and fan discussions worldwide. This incident highlights the intense pressure drivers face in high-stakes competitions, where every move can have massive consequences. Emotions often run high, especially when careers, rankings, and reputations are constantly on the line during races. Some experts suggest conflict resolution training could help prevent similar incidents in the future among competitive drivers. Maintaining professionalism off the track is just as important as performance during races themselves. Ross Chastain has yet to release a detailed statement addressing the allegations directly to fans and media. His response will be crucial in shaping public opinion and possibly influencing NASCAR's final decision. Many fans are hoping for a resolution that allows him to continue racing while learning from this intense experience. Others believe strict action is necessary to maintain fairness and discipline within the sport. The outcome of this controversy could set a precedent for how similar incidents are handled in future NASCAR seasons. Officials must balance fairness with discipline to ensure the sport remains competitive yet respectful for all drivers involved. For Ross Chastain, every race from now on will be watched more closely than ever before by critics and fans alike. Any mistake could amplify the current situation and bring even more scrutiny to his actions on and off track. Some former drivers have weighed in, suggesting that emotions must be controlled no matter how intense the competition becomes. They emphasize that professionalism defines long-term success in racing, not just raw speed or aggressive tactics alone. Others argue that NASCAR has always thrived on rivalries, and moments like this bring attention and excitement to the sport. However, they agree that there is a fine line between passion and actions that cross acceptable boundaries. Behind the scenes, teams are reportedly reviewing footage carefully to understand exactly what triggered the confrontation between drivers. Video evidence will likely play a key role in determining accountability and any disciplinary measures moving forward. NASCAR is expected to release an official statement soon addressing the situation and outlining next steps clearly. Fans are eagerly waiting for clarity as speculation continues to dominate headlines and discussions across platforms worldwide. The psychological impact of such controversies can also affect a driver's performance in upcoming races significantly. Confidence, focus, and team coordination may all be influenced by the pressure surrounding this ongoing situation. Despite everything, Ross Chastain still has an opportunity to recover and rebuild his image over time. Many athletes have faced controversies before and returned stronger by learning from their mistakes and adapting their approach. Fans remain divided, with some calling for strict punishment, while others urge patience until all facts are officially confirmed. This division reflects how passionate and invested the NASCAR community is in the sport and its drivers. Media coverage continues to grow, with headlines highlighting the potential consequences this incident could have on his career. The situation has quickly become one of the most talked about stories in NASCAR this season so far. Sponsors and stakeholders are closely monitoring developments as their association with drivers depends heavily on public perception and behavior. Any negative outcome could influence future contracts and partnerships within the competitive racing industry. If cleared of major wrongdoing, Ross Chastain could use this moment as motivation to prove his critics wrong. A strong comeback performance would help shift focus back to his skills and achievements on the track. However, if penalties are severe, it could significantly disrupt his season and impact long-term career opportunities moving forward. Such outcomes highlight how quickly fortunes can change in the high-stakes world of professional racing. This situation also raises broader questions about sportsmanship and how conflicts should be handled in competitive environments like NASCAR. Finding the right balance between passion and control remains a challenge for many athletes across different sports. NASCAR will likely review its policies to prevent similar incidents from escalating in the future. Improved guidelines and stricter enforcement could help maintain discipline and professionalism within the sport. For now, the focus remains on gathering facts and ensuring a fair investigation process for everyone involved in the incident. Transparency will be key in maintaining trust between fans, teams, and the governing body of NASCAR. Ross Chastain stands at a critical turning point where decisions made now could shape his entire future. How he responds publicly and professionally will determine how this story is remembered in the long run. The racing world has seen many dramatic moments, but this incident stands out due to its potential long-term implications. Fans continue to watch closely, waiting for the next update that could change everything once again. Whether this becomes a setback or a comeback story depends largely on what happens in the coming days and weeks. Every action from here will contribute to the narrative that defines this moment in NASCAR history. For now, one thing is certain: the spotlight remains firmly on Ross Chastain as the story unfolds. Fans around the world are watching,
waiting and wondering what the future holds for this controversial racing star.